Here we go, Summoners, match number 3 of the day. JANZELOT versus LIVERT. The pre-bans are in. We got the Chroma and the Chitang Dishang pre-bans.
There we go, Killer. Something we've not seen it for a while, something I like to see. Matching colors, both light colored nat 5s for both players.
Here we go, LIVERT picking up that Annabelle for first pick very quickly. JANZELOT responding very quickly also with the Dominic and the Miles.
All very interesting. 2 units that deal fixed damage. Dominic off his attack, Miles off his speed. I think those 2 units also do quite well against the Leona, potentially trying to put LIVERT off picking a Leona himself. But I'm sure LIVERT has other units that he can pick in mind.
And LIVERT only picking up the Vanessa and the Triana for his second and third unit. JANZELOT very quickly picking up the Vertiheel and the Molly for his third and fourth unit to counter that Vanessa and Triana.
Well, clearly JANZELOT has a plan. This is not a draft we usually see him bringing, and not one that we saw him bringing last weekend. He has seemed to have specifically planned for LIVERT, and I do think the Vertiheel is a good unit to bring against LIVERT so that JANZELOT can keep on taking turns.
As predicted earlier, boss, but LIVERT has still chosen to pick that Leona and picking her up for the 4th unit and Juno for his final and 5th unit. JANZELOT taking a few seconds to decide his final pick.
I think Leona is still a good pick no matter what, because I know that LIVERT's Leona is incredibly well runed. I'm surprised actually JANZELOT picked up the Molly earlier rather than something like the Riley. I think Riley could still be a good pick right now just to make sure he has another healer.
And JANZELOT locks in that Dark Panda for his final unit.
That's really exciting to see. Mi Ying, the Dark Panda, it's going to be let through. So actually, the main source of healing from JANZELOT has been banned out there.
LIVERT goes with the speed lead. JANZELOT goes with the HP lead. Here we go, guys. Match number 3. LIVERT versus JANZELOT. Who will take that first turn? It looks like Miles will be taking that first turn. Will the damage be directed towards who? Goes into the Annabelle. Annabelle resists, does not get stripped or stunned. Dominic follows up, dealing some serious damage into Annabelle. Additional turn. Oh, that Annabelle taking some good hits right there.
Wow, that is a tanky Annabelle. As we know, LIVERT has really tanky units. But the Dominic must have really nice attack, because the Annabelle is looking very unhealthy at the moment. I'm really looking forward to seeing how much damage this Mi Ying does. He has been recently buffed, so his damage received has reduced by 50%, which is a huge amount. So you can afford him to build him on quite nice damage.
That Dominic not looking too healthy with the defense break and the stun right there. Mi Yang puts up that counter attack and the heal. Miles into Vanessa. Here we go. Juno, skill 1 or skill 2. Will you go for the strip? Goes for the skill 1 damage onto Dominic, gains that attack bar. Oh, Juno gets that defense break from the Dark Panda.
I do feel like JANZELOT's target selection is a little bit all over the place. He started with the Annabelle, moved on to the Vanessa, moved on to the Juno. He needs to pick one unit and just focus on it. I think even the unit that he chose to begin with, the Annabelle, wasn't the best choice. I think he could have actually picked the Vanessa, because if you take out a unit that's not the Vanessa, then Vanessa is going to revive it. And we know that Vanessa's cooldowns are a lot lower after the buff that she got quite recently.
Honestly, that Triana skill 1 into Mi Yang and sleeping was a huge gamble, and it worked out. Here we go. Juno, skill 1 into the Vertiheel. Vertiheel revenges, gets that attack bar for his team. On JANZELOT's side, Juno, counters. Miles onto Vanessa, lands the stun.
The other thing is, now that JANZELOT is picking the Juno to focus on, is another very strange unit to focus on. Because if you debuff the Juno, as the Mi Ying did with the defense break, she gets the speed buff. If you can leave her till last, she won't get the speed buff until you focus on her at the end. So once again, I'm not sure about this target selection.
Here we go. Vanessa, skill 1, skill 2, both available. Skill 2 and Vertiheel. Resistance, no defense break. Vertiheel gets some attack buff. Procs that Triana's passive. Juno surviving by an inch. Triana, skill 1, will you sleep again? Fails to sleep the Miles. Miles goes into Juno, takes the Juno out. Juno comes back from the Vanessa's passive. Oh, takes that Vertiheel at the same time. And Mi Yang takes that Juno in return.
Oh boy, now LIVERT does not have the strip available, so the Mi Ying counter attack is just going to stay up. And the Mi Ying might be doing a lot of damage to LIVERT's team. This match is not over yet.
Here we go, Triana with the skill 2 heal available. Will he choose to use it? No, use a skill 1 into Miles, dealing some damage there. Miles puts some damage into that Vanessa Annabelle. Skill 1 into Miles, fails to sleep. Miang, skill 1 into Vanessa's gone. Vanessa's
oh my goodness. Is this a Mi Ying almost solo? I feel like the other units from JANZELOT's side of the field did very little, but I don't think that LIVERT has enough damage to take out this Mi Ying. Incredible scenes. Today we are seeing a Mi Ying carry.
I thought it was going to be a Leona solo, but it looks like a Mi Yang solo. Here we go. Fails to land that defense break into that Triana. Skill 1 sleeps the Panda again.
Don't forget that Annabelle does still have a defense break and slow. That could still do something for LIVERT. It's not quite over yet. The Triana could get some lucky sleeps on the Mi Ying.
There we go. Annabelle lands the defense break, gets a counter, but doesn't take that much damage. Skill 1 into the Panda. The Panda gets the sleep. Annabelle, one more time. Would you go skill 1? Oh, it goes for the heal with the skill 2. Triana, skill 1 available. Goes, oh, deals some serious damage into that Panda.
I feel like LIVERT is playing very, very smartly right now. When the Mi Ying gets sleeped, he's choosing to do the heal from Annabelle instead of putting more damage on, even though there is defense break there. And actually, I think that this is going to be enough for LIVERT to take the win, because Mi Ying is looking incredibly unhealthy now.
Wow, the turnaround from these matches. The right skills at the right time. Carrying LIVERT right now. Oh my god, the Annabelle gets the sleep again on the Mi Yang. This Mi Yang is not doing much. Always asleep or slowed or defense broken. Goes into Triana, deals some serious damage. Goes, oh my, takes out that Triana.
This is such an incredible back and forth match, because Mi Ying, he manages to leech health via his passive as well. He has such a loaded passive, and I think that Mi Ying is going to take this win now. What on earth am I witnessing?
I'm confused. I don't know who's going to take this match because it's going back and forth so many times. But Mi Yang goes into Annabelle, takes out the Annabelle, gets the win. JANZELOT gets the advantage 1-0. It is the best out of 3. GG's.
That has got to be game of the prelims thus far. That was absolutely brilliant to watch. I think we can all agree. The back and forth nature of it all was just spectacular. There's so much to talk about, but I want to bring up a few things you guys talking about there as well, Baz. You mentioned about how, you know, in that final situation, the final phase of the game, you've got LIVERT there who's choosing to consistently re-heal, despite the fact that, he's put JANZELOT to sleep there, re-healing instead of being aggressive. And then we thought, okay, he's definitely got this one in the bag. Then suddenly cannot muster the damage that JANZELOT can. And it was a brilliant one for a fan of the game, just to see the quality of these two players going head to head.
Yeah, I thought LIVERT had really good skill and target selection through the match. I think that it would have been less close if JANZELOT had really focused on the Vanessa straight from the start. But at the same time, actually at the end, I did say that it was potentially a good idea to heal. But what if he'd just chosen to use the skill 1 from Annabelle and change some sleeps? And if Annabelle just kept going over and over, then that Mi Ying might have been taken out at that point, because Mi Ying did have defense break. So maybe it was the wrong decision.
Yeah, well, we saw Killer as well being able to leech health as well and keep himself in the competition. And here we are, 1-0 up to JANZELOT, and it's time for pick and bans the second round. LIVERT, they're playing to stay in the competition. Over to you, boys. I can't wait for this one.
Here we go, guys. JANZELOT 1, LIVERT 0. It is a best out of 3. The pre-bans for this match are coming out any moment now.
Indeed, I'm sure that LIVERT will have not enjoyed facing the Mi Ying recently. I'm thinking that he'll heavily want to ban that unit out this time around. JANZELOT might want to ban out the Leona this time, because the Leona is not a unit he wants to face regularly.
As predicted, the Leona gets the pre-ban and the Dominic gets the pre-ban. Both units are banned and cannot play in this match.
Well, I am actually happy to see that Dominic pre-banned, because that means we might get to see some more Mi Ying action. Bring it on, JANZELOT.
JANZELOT picks up Oliver for first unit. LIVERT goes with the Annabelle and the Riley for first and second unit. JANZELOT goes with the Bolvak and Miles for the second and third unit.
Really fast picks from JANZELOT. Bolverk, an excellent counter to Riley. We saw Bolverk being a real MVP this morning in the Apex. And I wonder if JANZELOT has taken inspiration and built his Bolverk on Violent as well. Miles a really solid unit as well, bringing that strip and stun to set up for the Oliver reset on the Annabelle.
LIVERT picking up that segment and the Kinky for his third and fourth unit.
I'm really not sure about that Kinky pick. I remember last weekend LIVERT brought out the Kinky in a match where it didn't make that much sense because the Miles already counters the Kinky, the Bolverk already counters the Kinky, and these two additional units JANZELOT has selected also counter the Kinky. I'm positive that Kinky is not going to get banned out right now. I think LIVERT will probably want to bring a wind unit to counter all this water on the field, potentially a Diana or a Chung Pong.
JANZELOT goes with the Merlong and Icarus for the fourth and fifth unit, and they are locked in. Abilio is picked up by LIVERT for his final unit.
Abilio is a good counter to all of those single target source of damage healing of the team. I wonder if JANZELOT is going to ban out the Abilio or ban out the Annabelle, which is potentially even scarier.
The Bolvak and the Abilio get the ban. Sekhmet gets the HP lead skill, and JANZELOT goes with the Oliver speed lead. Here we go, guys. LIVERT looking to tie this match up, and JANZELOT looking for a clean sweep. Miles first turn. Damage will be directed towards the Sekhmet.
Such a fast Miles, but unfortunately does not manage to stun the Sekhmet. So the Sekhmet is going to get his reset off. Is she going to succeed?
That was a huge resist from that Merlong. Sekhmet is trying to reset that Merlong. Merlong goes with the Reckless onto that Kinky. Kinky's HP is dropped by a lot. Icarus follows up, takes that Kinky out of this match. Wow, Annabelle, what are you gonna do?
Oh, that was quick. A very interesting target selection once again from JANZELOT. Personally, I would have taken out the Annabelle before the Kinky because I feel like Annabelle brings more to the table than Kinky. It doesn't matter though because I don't think LIVERT has enough threat and damage to take this match back. Having said that, I have been made to eat my words before, so let's not call this match quite too soon.
There we go, Miles directing his damage into the Sekhmet, getting an additional turn, landing more damage onto that Sekhmet. Sekhmet not looking very healthy right now. Impulse gun goes into Annabelle. Merlong, skill 1 into Sekhmet. Sekhmet is defense broken. Miles follows into Sekhmet, takes out the Sekhmet. This is huge. Riley can heal, but he's already at full health. What happens now?
Well, what happens now is this Oliver is hopefully not going to get resisted too many times if you are JANZELOT, and is going to be able to keep controlling those attack bars. And Miles will bring the damage. Eventually Icarus will have her skill 3 back up again, and I think that JANZELOT is in a very strong position to take the second set.
This Riley is working overtime with that resisting that impulse gun twice from that Oliver. Here we go, Riley skill 1 gets the heal for the team. Impulse gun into Riley, increases cooldown but resistance as well. Miles stuns that Annabelle. Icarus goes for the skill 2 heal, get some heal on the JANZELOT side.
That was a nice stun from Miles. I'm sure that JANZELOT knows LIVERT's units are very high in resistance. Most of them are 100 resistance, and he'll have built extra accuracy onto that Miles and onto the Oliver in order to counter LIVERT's builds. And it is working perfectly for him at the moment.
These surfers are doing some extra work. It's looking pretty good for JANZELOT right now. Mega impulse gun into that Riley. Riley not looking too healthy. Icarus fails to land the dot. Miles takes out the Riley. Clean sweep. 2-0. JANZELOT moves on to losers round 2.